I try to keep it on a humble, but the city's like a jungle. Too much violence, too many drugs, too many months of the winter, but the Henny and the blunt seem to slow it all down at once. You can hear the sound, it bumps and knocks from the roofs, walking the block with a...
What up, YouTube? I got another review for you today, a hardware review. The El Cabron RDA clone from Max Vaping. This was sent to me from Max Vaping for the purpose of this review. Thank you very much, Max Vaping, and Phil, shout out to you, buddy, for sending this my way for review. This will not change my opinion of this review. You guys probably know about the El Cabron. I'm not the first to the game on it, and I sure as hell won't be the last. This has been out for a while. It's made... The original one is made by Comp Vape, and the original was like $60 for the original. So I got the clone. This is a 1-1 clone. Has 3 different drip tip options. This is my favorite because it's Delrin. The heat dissipation does not transfer, and that's why I like the Delrin. It has a threaded top cap, single, dual, and quad coil AFC ring configurations. A heat fin on the bottom, a heat fin on the top. And this is definitely made for your cloud chasing type of vape enthusiasts like myself. Reason why I think this is a must-have type of RDA is that it's got 3mm post holes. So you can put Claptons in it. You can put all types of crazy-ass builds that you build. Alien wire, alien Claptons, staple Claptons, you know, parallel fuse Claptons, you know, any type of build you can get into this RDA because of the post holes. I'm just going to give you some specifications on this, okay? So the colors that this comes in off of Max Vaping's website is silver or whatever, copper, black, white, and Tiffany blue. 22mm RDA, obviously. One-piece deck milled posts. 7mm deep juice well. The prototype was a 5.5mm juice well, but the one that they made and came out with has a 7mm juice well. That's the deepest juice well that I've ever come across. The deepest one I've ever seen is 6mm, like the Velocity and a couple other ones. This one's got a 7mm juice well. 5mm diameter posts, 3mm diameter post holes, okay? 3 different drip tip options. The AFC locks down with a threaded top cap. 3mm Allen set screws that are 6mm long. I'm gonna give you some vape production on this bad boy. I got some My Man in there right now, 80-20 VGPG ratio, and I got a dual parallel 22 gauge Anarchist AN80 wire. And it reads out, I have it on the Dimitri mechanical, but it reads out to like 0.08 or some crazy shit like that. It's got these Cyclops style airflow holes, okay, but it has these 2 little lips at the top, and I like that. It just gives it a little bit more airflow. If I had fused Claptons in here, it would be the perfect airflow for that type of build. Why don't we just dive down, take a look at this bad boy. We'll come back up, vape on it, talk on it, pros and cons. I'll let you know how much it is and all the good stuff, and then we'll get the hell out of here. All right, sound good? See you guys in a minute. El Cabron RDA clone. It's the box that it comes in. Get a nice little goodie bag with the copper center pin and some silica O-rings. Oh, you get, yep, a peak insulator, some grub screws, Allen key. This is the RDA all broken down. The first chuff top, stainless steel. Then we got the Delrin chuff top, little smaller of a diameter. The 510 drip tip with the 510 adapter. This is the top cap. This is the AFC ring. This is the inner AFC ring. That's the outer AFC ring. And then you have the old deck. Stainless steel chuff top, 13 millimeters in diameter. It's definitely wide, guys. And it has the heatsink fins on it, all right? And it's got some threads on there. Threads are buttery smooth on this, guys. It doesn't really squeak either. It might squeak a little bit when you get it, but once you break it in, it stops squeaking, okay? Little bit of a conical design, just a little bit of a conical design on that. I do wish it had a little bit more of a conical design, but you know, you gotta sacrifice one for the other when you're dealing with chuff tops. Delrin chuff top, that's about 10 millimeters in diameter. All right. Press fits on top of the top cap, okay? O-ring on there to seal it in. 510 drip tip and adapter. O-ring. Delrin. So this would also be good for heat dissipation because it has Delrin on it. So, I mean, that's nice as well. That has an O-ring on there as well. 6 millimeters in diameter, and then it tapers down to about 4. Top cap. Heatsink fins. These threads are buttery smooth as well. Little bit of a conical design. Not a lot of conical design, but outer AFC ring with the El Cabron logo. That's your dual airflow. And then that's your single airflow. The airflow on that, it looks to be about, I mean, it's hard to give you an exact because of those two little, you know, things. But if they weren't there, it would be about 2 millimeters, 6 to 7 millimeters, you know, that way. Definitely like the airflow on this though, guys. Now, it doesn't come with additional colors. The outer AFC ring, it says El Cabron. And then it says Slick. Stainless steel. And then we have the deck. Grub screws. Grub screws are great. Allen key works great. That's my 22 gauge Anarchist A180 wire in there. This doesn't have, see on the positive post down on the deck, that's Delrin. It's not Peak, okay? When this came out, I don't think it had Peak either. No, I think the Authentic did have Peak, but that's Delrin. All right, you can see it. It's black. 2 O-rings to seal it in. These O-rings are definitely great O-rings. There's no issues with the O-rings. There's a great tolerance to it. It's a very nice tight fit, but not too tight. Heatsink fins on the bottom dissipate heat. 3 millimeter post holes. Those post holes are huge. I have parallel 22 gauge in there, and it doesn't even take up any space. You're not going to have any issues fitting any type of builds in this, guys. It comes with the stainless steel center post intact. That's a deep friggin' juice well, guys. That is a very deep juice well. I mean, up close. Sorry about the gunky coils, man. I'm going to clean them off, but I want to give you a nice close-up of this deck, dude. It's a very thick wall. There's perfect amount of space for your cotton. I mean, you know, look at that. I mean, that's a big build in there, and you got plenty of room to fit it. All right, those grub screws are great. They don't back out. They fit down nicely. I've had no issues with those grub screws. 510. My number is 2436. Threads are buttery smooth on this, guys. 510 protrudes. You can use this on a hybrid without any problems. I can't get enough leverage to even. It's got to be adjustable if you're gonna swap it out with the copper. So yeah, guys, that's the close up. I showed you everything. Let's back out, talk on it, vape on it, pros and cons. I'll see you guys in a minute. Back from the close-up, guys. This is a definite staple of an RDA that everybody needs in their lineup. It's great for building coils, man. It's definitely, the flavor is very good when you got the correct build with it. The flavor is good, you know, on its own anyways. The flavor, it's not the best that I've had, but it's definitely good flavor. I think that this clone is quality. I think it's built very well. I think it's built just as good as the authentic El Cabron. The tolerances on the O-rings are great. It's not going to fall off. It's not going to move on you. And it's definitely on there snug. It's not on too tight. It's not on too loose. That's the best way I can explain it. I thought when I originally got this, I thought that, people had a tough time. Like you have to, unscrew the top to adjust the airflow. Like, see, I unscrewed that, and then you turn this piece. Like, turn this piece to see how you would want it, and then turn it back, and then you just tighten this down. Now, I heard people having a problem when they tighten that down, like sometimes that would move. It doesn't move or anything like that. I think it works great. I think that was an innovative way to have the adjustable airflow to move, because, you don't want to be fiddling around with airflow all the time. Usually when you set your airflow, you're usually good. If you want to mess around, you unscrew it, you move it, and you put it back. Juice does tend to get inside of the outer ring and the inner ring. It does tend to get inside there, so, you might have to, wipe down your RDA. You might have to wipe down your RDA once in a while to, make sure there's not any juice, on there or whatever. Pros, because there's a lot of pros to this. The 3mm post holes, that's what I love about this mostly, is the deep juice well, 7mm deep juice well, pro. The 3mm post holes, pro. You have a copper and a stainless steel positive 510 to swap out if you want, in case you don't like copper touching your juice. I don't know if this is a 100% lead free copper. It doesn't say anything about that. It comes with a stainless steel installed. I like the design of it. I like the guy's face. That's cool. Now, I like the Delrin chuff top a lot more than the stainless steel, because this will tend to get hot with the heat sinks or not. With the build that I have in here, with a low ohm build, fuse Claptons, whatever you're doing, the heat it does tend to get hot. Heat sinks or not, all my IDs get hot with the wire, so that's not really a con. It's going to happen. But the reason why I'm not giving it a con, because it comes with a Delrin chuff top, and if you use the Delrin chuff top, it's not going to get hot on your mouth whatsoever. This does not get hot at all. And that they include that with 2 other different style drip tips and chuff tops, that's another pro, man. Grub screws, they don't back out on you, and they didn't use Phillips head, so that's a pro. There's no burrs in the post holes. That's another pro. You guys seen it up close. I think it's put together very well, and I think it's a high quality clone, and it's only $19.95, dude. You kidding me? It's a steal. Everybody needs one of this in their arsenal. I don't care what you say or who you are. If you want to be effing around with builds, this is the RDA to do it in. Just saying. The cloud production is ridiculous on this. And I like that the airflow is not overwhelming, but yet it's not super restrictive. And if you want it more restrictive, I usually run it I slide it over sometimes. Sometimes I just slide it over so the little smiley face tops, they're not there. It's just a straight little cyclops slit, but it's restrictive. So sometimes I do that, but I do like it just wide open. It's enough airflow where it's not really restrictive and it's not over airy. You know what I'm saying? It's got great connectivity, man. I mean, I just filled it up with some crispy rice from MFN Donut, and I just put 2 vials full, because I also use, some Kendo vape cotton, which is crazy absorption. Just that whole setup with it's a beautiful vape, dude. I get the most flavor you possibly can out of any RDA with Anarchist wire, Kendo vape cotton. You throw it in this El Cabron, and it's just a stellar vape, dude. It's stellar. The flavor is really, it's pretty good, dude. It's not the best, but the flavor's there. It's got good flavor, and the cloud production is ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. And this can handle any type of build you want to throw at it, man. I can't think of any cons, man. I really can't. I've had this for a long time. I've been using it for a long time, and everything works just the way I got it. I highly recommend this RDA, guys. There's no cons with this, guys. I highly recommend this damn thing. You can find this RDA at www.maxvaping.com. Link on screen and description. $19.95, man, and they got a bunch of different colors over there too. This is definitely approved by me. 2 stamps of approval for me. If this wasn't sent to me for a review, would I go out and buy it? 150%, no doubt. I think it's going to withstand durability. I think you're going to have longevity with this RDA as well. I don't think it's going to fall apart and have. There's no jankiness to it. That's the whole thing with this. Is there's no jankiness. There's no like, oh, this is a little screwed up, or that's a little screwed up, or the center pin, you know, is a little wiggly, or the grub screws don't fit smoothly. Everything on here is perfectly made to the T. So if you found this video helpful, please leave a like, share, subscribe, and remember, smoking is gone, vaping is on. Vape on, squad.